Good morning, world of readers! I am Book Dragon Erin, and I would like to welcome you all back to my booktube channel. If you have watched my YouTube channel for the majority of this year, you'll know I did a lot more book reviews than actual general bookish content, like book recommendations, reading vlogs, updates on my house since it's being renovated, but today I want to get back into book hauls. So let's jump right into discussing some of the books that I have bought this summer. The first book that I have bought is 365 Days by Blanka Lipinska. It is a fictional dark romance that is a BDSM love story, and it is book one of the 365 Days series. Now, Laura is a Polish girl on vacation when Massimo, a Sicilian crime lord, sees her, recognizes her as the woman from his dreams after having a near-death experience, so he kidnaps her. He tells her, "You have been taken by force, yes, but give me 365 days to spend with you, and if you fall in love with me, you can stay. If you don't fall in love with me after 365 days, you're free to go." So Laura soon agrees, and once Massimo proves his word, will she even want to leave him at the end? My current thoughts on this book: I saw the movie before reading the book, and since I've been in an unusually smutty mood lately, this book caters to my intimate desires. Dare I say I enjoy this book? I can't actually tell you for certain because there are some parts of the book that are really good, and then there are other parts of the book that are just so bad it's comedic. As far as reviews go, I have seen some great reviews for this book, and then I have seen some terrible reviews for this book without any in between. I guess this book is kind of you either love this book or you hate this book, but you'll never be confused on where you stand in reading this book. However, there is always gray to a black and white situation, because how can you go from black to white? Seriously, there's always some gray. Thus, saying that, I am in a part of the gray because I do like some parts of the book, as I said before, but so much of this book is so poorly written that I almost don't enjoy those parts, but then when we get to the smut, I'm like, I am all in. It's really weird, I get that. The next book that I have bought is The Affair by Giana Darling, which I can honestly say is actually one of my favorite dark romance books of all time right now. The Affair is a fictional dark romance, and it is an affair love story. It is also book one in the Evolution of Sin series, and in this book, Giselle, who is nicknamed Elle, goes on a vacation to Mexico before restarting her life in New York City. On her vacation, she meets the hot-as-heck Frenchman named Sinclair, and she has a vacation-long affair with him, no strings attached, until she does find that her strings to him are definitely attached. How can you love somebody who isn't meant to be with you in the first place? That question has yet to be answered. Now, as far as my current thoughts, this book was actually my first affair romance / cheating love story, so I had my reservations prior to reading this book, but that did not stop me from obsessing over it and reading it in a matter of days. This is a Giana Darling novel, so how can I hate this book? Hating a Giana Darling novel is basically impossible for me. By the way, I believe if you are unhappy in one relationship, end that one before starting a new one. It's chaotic for everybody involved if you have an affair, and I do not condone cheating under any circumstances, so even though I disapprove of that aspect in this book is still amazing. Also, I am not actually swooning over Sinclair at all, but I still love the passion and lust that he has for Elle. Sinclair is physically not my type. He has dark red hair and blue eyes, whereas I prefer dark hair and brown eyes, and that and high intelligence that is so attractive to me. Oh my gosh, give me a guy who can beat me in chess, and I am not fawning over him, but I am definitely thinking, hey, he's pretty cute. The next book that I have is Balance by Lucia Franco. It is a fictional dark romance and Olympian love story, and I will say this is not my first Olympics romance, but it is the best that I have read by far. Balance is book 1 of the Off Balance series, and it's about this girl named Adriana Rossi who is training for the Olympics and is the best of the best at her gym. So she convinces her dad to send her to the best Olympian training facility in the country to train. When she meets 2-time Olympian and lead trainer Konstantin Kornikova, she is tested to the limits, but falls in love with him all the same. Dangerous for both of them, but giving into their desires, they have a secret relationship that could potentially end both their careers if their secret love is discovered. As far as my current thoughts go, I feel like this book series is partially controversial because Adriana is 17 when she falls in love with 30-something-year-old Kova and sleeps with him while she is still underage. That doesn't sit right with me, but if I set aside the age factor, this book is still a really great read. And if I'm being perfectly honest, probably the best Olympic romance that I have ever read. Also, I am a sucker for Russian romance novels, and with Kova being Russian, this book has actually found its way deep into my heart. That said, when Kova let Malishka slip out while he was talking to Adriana, I squealed with joy because even though my Russian is absolutely horrible, I do know that Malishka is actually Russian for baby. When I read that one line, I knew Kova had just admitted that he was probably a little bit in love with Adriana, because what Russian guy calls a younger woman Malishka? Seriously. Also, I love Russian romance novels in general, and all my friends know that. My best friend Michaela Tyner says whenever she goes to the bookstore and sees a Russian romance novel, she instantly thinks of me and my obsession with it, which I absolutely love. The next book on this list is Dangerous Temptation by Giana Darling. This is a fictional dark romance age gap love story, and it is book 1 in the Dark Dream Duet series. There is a prequel to this duology, which I recommend reading first because it gives you a lot of insight to the characters Bianca and her brother and their relationship with their mom, which is not actually the best, even though their mother does genuinely love them. Anyway, after the death of Bianca's mom, her mom's boyfriend, crime lord Tiernan Morelli, takes guardianship of Bianca and her epileptic kid brother, Brando. When Bianca is revealed to have been born anonymously into a crime family, what is it that Tiernan will do with her? To her? Will she become one of his pawns, or will she get under his skin and become one of his own weaknesses? As far as my current thoughts, I read the prequel to Dangerous Temptation, which is Bad Dream, in one night, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But there are 2 reservations I'm currently iffy about prior to reading the rest of the series. 1. Bianca is 17 and underage, thus her relationship with Tiernan would be illegal if they acted upon their lust for each other. And 2. Tiernan was sleeping with Bianca's own mom before he ever hooked up with Bianca, so that is really awkward to think about. I have read a ton of Giana Darling novels by now, and there hasn't been a single one that I haven't liked. I love every single one of them. Basically, if Giana Darling writes a book, I read it, and no questions asked, I love it. Giana Darling is a talented author with a skill I would love to emulate one day if I ever put my 2 cents in for a dark romance novel, and all of her books have been so incredible, so why would this one be any different? Age gap romance, love it. Giana Darling novel, love them. This book, I can't wait to devour in a single night. The next book on this list is Sweet Depravity by Zoe Blake. This is a fictional dark romance novel, and it is book 2 of the Ruthless Obsession series. When a powerful Russian weapons dealer spots a school teacher, he is instantly captivated by her beauty. When she says no through her gorgeous red lips, The Russian knows that she will soon be his. If she had a choice, she would run, but the Russian refuses to give her one. The Russian is intent on taking over her world. Where she lived, what she ate, where she worked, and all would be under his control. Call it obsession, call it depravity. The Russian doesn't care as long as you call the school teacher his own. I absolutely love this series, especially this book in particular, because one, it's a Russian romance novel, again, and two, I am going into the teaching field at college, so I can only daydream that this teacher would be someone like me. I can daydream about it, but it isn't real. Now, after reading Savage Vow, another book by Zoe Blake, I was hooked on her writing, and I sent her the link to my review on one of her books, and she emailed me back personally, thanking me for loving her book so much, and she was honored that I think so highly of her books, and she even told me that she got a kick out of my continuing to say, "Marry me, Gregor Ivanov," every single minute. But if I was a fictional character in the Ivanov crime family series, I would be dead serious when proposing to Gregor Ivanov. I'm not even joking. Be Gregor Ivanov, I will marry you on the spot. We would elope to Russia or Las Vegas, I don't care. Marry me, Gregor Ivanov. And now for the final book in this book haul video, we have The Pact by Karina Halley. It is a fictional dark romance, and it is book one of the McGregor Brothers series. Now, Lyndon McGregor is a tall, rugged, handsome helicopter pilot with a Scottish accent and charm to spare. He is one of Stephanie Robson's best friends, and he can fit into that box for as long as she has known him. Some relationships, though, cannot be boxed in, or classified, or tamed. Back in their mid-20s, Steph and Lyndon made a pact to marry each other if neither of them were in a serious relationship by the time they turned 30. It all sounds cool and fun, but their pact becomes larger in life, and sex is inevitable, friendships are tested, and hearts are on the line. So their pact to marry is about to change everything. My current thoughts on this? I haven't read anything by Karina Halley yet, but booktuber More to Mary recommended her, and you know me, if Mary McFarlane recommends a book, it is a definite yes that I will read the book indefinitely. I haven't actually explored the marriage pact genre before, so this is new territory for me, and I am so excited to dive right into reading this entire series. Anyway, that is all for today, so if you enjoyed this book haul video, hit that like button to show some support, subscribe to my booktube channel to get more videos like this, turn on that notification button to be notified when I upload brand new videos every single Sunday. Keep on reading and have a great day, everyone!